that right knee. And he's out there, he's in his uniform and everything, but looks unlikely to play. He's very gimpy on that right leg, so it'll be Caleb Helmers starting in place of Blake, the Bulldogs' second leading scorer, averaging 16 a night. The Bulldogs going to have to find a way without him, at least through tonight and maybe for the next couple of games. We'll have to wait and see, hopefully, be able to get him back by the postseason. But Wyatt Wagner had himself a good ball game last night, comes in averaging 18 a night. Then you look at Jason Cecil right at 9, 8 points a night for Noah Nelson. James Wardick, Caleb Helmers, they're going to have to step up. Tyler Mansky had a good game last night as a sophomore, getting some more minutes with Blake on the bench. So we'll see who steps up and fills that scoring role for the Bulldogs. As Clarion-Goldfield, they come in at 7-13. They are 3-10 on the season in the conference. And they've got 4 players, though, that average double figures. Connor State, the 6'4" sophomore, averages 14 a night. Cody Olson averages 11.5. Mateo Martinez right at 11.7. And Christian Gayton averages 10 a night. So they've got 4 players that average in double figures on the season for the Cowboys. And actually had a decent start to the season, but have lost 7 in a row coming in. So they're 7-13, but they were 7-6 at one point, and they've, like I said, dropped 7 straight coming in.
The Bulldogs are 14-3 overall.
Bulldogs 9-2, still trying to find their way into that North Central Conference Championship picture, but going to need a little help against Clear Lake. They're going to need somebody to beat Clear Lake, and then the Bulldogs would have to beat Clear Lake at home to wrap up the regular season. So, like I said, they need a little help, but they'd have a chance next week to claim a share of a conference title if they could win out and get somebody to beat Clear Lake along the way. But neither here nor there right now. Just got to worry about Clarion-Goldfield tonight. As I said, Bulldogs 14-3, 9-2 on the season, and they've been hitting a hot streak here. Had a little stretch there where they dropped 3 out of 5, but moving here towards the end of the season. As the postseason assignments are out, but they don't have the pairings out yet. But Bulldogs at 14-3, they stand a good chance of hosting in the opening round. So that's it's definitely where you want to be. Definitely want to be at home if you can. The Bulldogs have a very good shot of doing that. The postseason pairings will be coming out in the next day or so. The lineups here, Mateo Martinez, a 5'9 junior, starts in the backcourt along with Cody Olson, 6'1 sophomore, Jackson Carpenter, a 6'2 sophomore, Aiden Harrington, a 6'1 sophomore, and Connor State, a 6'4 sophomore. So 4 underclassmen starting for Clarion-Goldfield-Dows and 1 junior, so no seniors start for the Cowboys. They only have 1 senior on the roster. That's 6'6" Caden Bricker. 6'6" senior, but does not start for the Cowboys. Bulldogs, Wyatt Wagner, the 6'3 senior, will start in the backcourt along with Caleb Helmers, a 6'2 senior, Noah Nelson, the 5'8 junior, Jason Cecil, 6'4 senior, and James Wardick, the 6'5 junior. They'll get to start tonight for the Bulldogs as it's Caleb Helmers filling in for Colin Blake in the starting lineup tonight. Bulldogs, the home white, red lettered numerals with black trim. Clarion-Goldfield, the traveling black, white lettered numerals with red trim. Bulldogs moving from right to left across your radio dial to start this first half, while Clarion will be moving from left to right. It's a good crowd on hand this evening for this doubleheader. Still plenty of attendance for the boys' game tonight. As Algona getting their final instructions here from Coach Noel McLaughlin and his crew. Jared Cecil, Ryan King, assistant coaches for the Bulldogs. It'll be Connor State jump in center, and he'll jump it up against Jason Cecil for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs from right to left, Cowboys from left to right. Ball in the air, and the tap controlled by Algona. They'll have the first possession of the night as Cecil brings it across the timeline. Clarion a little 1-3-1 zone. Helmers has it right wing, gives it off to Wardick. Wardick dribbles out top, had it knocked away, stolen. Turnover on the Bulldogs in their opening possession here. Cody Olson runs it into the front court. Quick 3 from Jackson Carpenter is short. Rebound, Wardick tipped it out of bounds, but It was last touch, they say, by Clarion. And the Bulldogs, Noel McLaughlin, not particularly happy with that first possession. He calls a quick 30-second timeout. Not even 20 seconds into the game, or just past 20 seconds into the game, and the Bulldogs call a quick timeout. Noel getting after his guys right now, saying, "Hey, let's not try and sleepwalk through this thing." Getting on them right away. So Helmers will throw it in. Full court pressure here for Clarion-Goldfield-Dows. They get to Wyatt Wegner in the backcourt. Wyatt finds Wardick. Wardick across the timeline to Cecil. Cecil has it knocked away, but they're going to call a reach-in foul here on Aiden Harrington.
Personal foul called on Aiden.
So it'll be Wegner to throw it in right to the basket as Harrington gets called for the foul. Nelson gets the inbounds pass from Wegner. Now left side Helmers. Helmers out top to Nelson. He'll reset and hand off to Cecil. Left side Helmers with it. Looking for a high post Wegner, but they can't get it to him. Nelson dribbles against this now almost 2-3 zone. Wegner gets into the paint, had it knocked away. Helmers, though, able to save it. Now top to Cecil. Back to Helmers, left corner. Picks up his dribble, needs help. Over to Cecil, top of the key. Right side to Noah Nelson. Baseline Wardick. Wardick drives in, gets in close. Had it knocked away and stolen by Clarion. Could not control it on the way up. And here come the Cowboys. Cody Olson into the front court. Picks up his dribble to Carpenter. Carpenter. Left side Harrington. Harrington. Out top now to Mateo Martinez. Back to Olson, guarded by Helmers. Bulldogs straight up man-to-man. Olson drives in, gets past Helmers. Scoop layup up and in for two. Cody Olson with the first bucket of the game, and Clarion leads 2-0, a minute and a half in. Wegner into the front court. 2-on-2 the other way, spins past his defender, hangs, can't hit, rebound tipped out. Helmers is going to track it down for the Bulldogs as Wardick was the one that tipped it. Left side Noah Nelson, baseline Wardick. Wardick gets around his defender, gets in close, has his shot blocked. Ball still loose and Clarion's got it. 2-0 Clarion, minute and a half in. Cody Olson had it knocked off his leg. That should be Bulldog basketball. Helmers knocked it off of Olson, and Olson kicked it out of bounds. So the Bulldogs forced the turnover there, down 2-0, 2 minutes into the game. Helmers to throw it in. Throws it into Wardick, and Wardick gets shoved from behind by Jackson Carpenter. Second foul on the Cowboys. Bulldogs get it into Noah Nelson. Noah across the timeline. Gets it off to Cecil. Cecil has a right baseline. Dribbles around his defender, gets up in the air, kicks it off to Helmers. He's open for three. It's on the way. It's in and out, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds by the Bulldogs. That one spun around about 4 times and did not go down. So still 2-0 in favor of Clarion. 5:48 to go here, first quarter. Mateo Martinez has it, right wing, gives it off. Carpenter. Jackson Carpenter with it, back to Martinez. Looking inside to Slate, can't get it to him. Harrington with it out top for the Cowboys. Goes right corner, Carpenter. Now to Cody Rhodes. Cody Olson, should say. Over to Martinez, his pull-up jumper no good, and Wardick able to muscle up for the rebound. Bulldogs down 2, almost 3 minutes in. Cecil gets into the paint, had it stripped. Here comes Clarion the other way. Martinez to the basket, lays it up and in for 2. Bulldogs just not being strong with the basketball right now. They're getting the ball slapped away and turned it over several times already. Wegner into the front court. Drives in, had it poked away. Ball still loose. He gets it back. Over to Nelson. Nelson. Back to Wyatt, right wing. Wyatt drives to the basket. Gets in close. Shot up and in for 2. Played through contact that time. And it's 4-2 in favor of Clarion. Jackson Carpenter with a right wing. Picks up his dribble. Out top to Mateo Martinez. He's guarded by Nelson. 4.5 to go, first quarter. They get it to State in the right high post, guarded by Wardick. He gives a screen for Carpenter. Carpenter gives it off on the baseline to Harrington. Gets stuck in the lane, can't get a shot away. Cody Olson, he'll step back for 3, and he knocks it in. Olson's got 5. The lead is 5 for Clarion at 7-2. Slow start for the Bulldogs tonight, unlike last night. Noah Nelson out top. Goes left side to Helmers. Helmers dribbles left high post. Gives it off to Wardick. Wardick cross-court feed to Wegner. He's going to fire up the corner three. It's too strong. Noah Nelson with the offensive rebound. Takes it at State. Can't get the shot to go. And now a rebound foul coming on Clarion. As Wardick in there banging bodies. And they're going to get Connor State on the foul on the floor. Nevin Foss checks in for Clarion. 6-foot freshman into the game for the first time. Wagner to throw it in. Gets it right side to Helmers. He's open for three. It's on the way. It's short. Rebound fought for, and it's going to be, as I say, Nelson tried to save it, but they say he stepped on the baseline as he was throwing it off of Nevin Foss. So still Clarion-Goldfield basketball, leading 7-2. Bulldogs 2 points through the first 4 minutes. Martinez dribbles left baseline. Gets cut off by Nelson. Kicks it out top to Carpenter. Carpenter looking inside to State. Can't find him. Now hands off to Cody Olson. Olson back to Carpenter. Carpenter gets a screen. Dribbles baseline. Gives it back to Foss, who puts it up and in for two. The freshman off the bench, Nevin Foss with the bucket. Clarion with a 7-point lead, 9-2. 3:20 to go here in this first quarter. Helmers across the timeline to Noah Nelson. Back to Caleb Helmers. Picks up his dribble. Right side Nelson. Kind of a 2-3 or a 1-3-1 zone. Martinez on the point. Helmers out top. Cross court to Noah Nelson. Noah high post to Wardick. Back to Noah. Into the corner to Cecil. Cecil gives it back to Nelson. Lobs up a three from the right wing, and it's good. Noah Nelson gets it to fall. And the Bulldogs trail by 4 at 9-5. Martinez into the front court. Gets a screen from State. Nearly lost his dribble. Gives it off to State, and he traveled with the basketball. State's the one that traveled, but it was on the pass. It was not a great spot for him to catch it, and he couldn't get it on the deck before taking steps. Cecil to throw it in. Gets it to Wagner. 2.5 to play here in the first quarter. Bulldogs trail 9-5. Now they break the press. They got numbers. Nelson drives in. Gives it off to Elliott Birkland, who just checked in. Now to Wyatt Wagner. Left side Noah Nelson. He's open for another three. This one's good again. Good all the way. Buries it. 9-8. Bulldogs trail by 1 after back-to-back threes by Nelson. And now we've got a moving screen called on Nevin Foss. Never set his feet there. 2:14 to go here in the opening quarter. Bulldogs trail by 1 now after back-to-back threes from Nelson. Birkland and Tyler Mansky have checked in. Wardick and Helmers get a break. Wagner gets in close. Hangs, can't hit. Rebound controlled by Clarion. Here come the Cowboys into the front court. Aiden Harrington picks up his dribble to Connor State. Now right side, Carpenter. Jackson Carpenter into the corner to Harrington. They swing it left side, Martinez into the corner. Nevin Foss, the freshman, gives it back to Mateo Martinez. And just an unforced turnover right here as Foss tried to give it back to Martinez. And I don't know if Martinez looked away or whatnot, but the ball hit him in the hand, but went right off his hand and out of bounds. It's Caden Bricker, the 6'6 senior, going to check in for the Cowboys. 9-8, Bulldogs trail by 1. Minute 40 to go this opening quarter. Tyler Mansky with it across the timeline to Birkland. Back to Mansky. Back to Elliott right side. High post Wagner. Wagner, triple team. Now dumps it off inside to a cutting Jason Cecil, who sets it in for two. 8-0 run by the Bulldogs, and they've got the lead now 10-9. That's what happens when Wagner can draw 3 defenders to him. Found Cecil cut into the basket. Carpenter with it out top to Martinez. Head fake on the three. Pulls up from 15 feet. Shot is short. Rebound fought for inside. And Tyler Mansky walls off the freshman Nevin Foss. And a foul on Foss going over the top. Oh, excuse me. They got Caden Bricker. Excuse me. The foul on Bricker is his first. Already the 5th team foul on Clarion here this quarter. As Birkland will run it across the timeline for the Bulldogs. Tries to force it to Wagner. It was stolen away. Wyatt steals it back. Has a shot blocked, but it goes right to Jason Cecil, who will set it in for an easy 2. Give the assist to Clarion on that one. They blocked it right into the hands of Cecil. Martinez out top. Bodied up by Nelson. Drives in. That's going to be a blocking foul here on Tyler Mansky, but they're going to call it on the floor. 12-9 Bulldogs on a 10-0 run right now with 48 seconds to go in this first quarter. First team foul on the Bulldogs, first on Tyler Mansky. Cody Olson gets the inbounds pass. Dribbles around a couple defenders all the way to the basket. Shot blocked away by Cecil, and Cecil comes out of the pack with a basketball. Jason finds Tyler Mansky off his hands. Nelson tries to save it. Mansky tries to save it. Ball still loose, and Clarion eventually comes away with a steal. Mateo Martinez with it in the front court. Hands off to State, now back to Martinez left wing. Bulldogs just got a little too out of control there. Martinez dribbles out near midcourt. 19 seconds, see if the Cowboys can hold for the last shot. Berkland on Martinez. Gets a screen from State, dribbles around, throws up a running 15-footer, and he got it to go. Mateo Martinez with 4. Clarion cuts the lead to 1. Nelson goes left side to Tyler Mansky. Mansky to the basket. Layup good. Nice aggressive move there by Tyler. The Bulldogs lead is 3 after 1 quarter of play. 14-11. Algona in front. Back at 60 seconds. Here on Hometown Radio, KLGA. We head to the second quarter. Algona leading 14-11. Bulldogs did a nice job after getting down 9-2. Come back and take the lead here. Clarion with the ball to start this second quarter. Pull-up jumper by Harrington is no good. Aiden Harrington couldn't get the shot to fall, and Noah Nelson comes out of there with the loose basketball. Wardick back to Nelson. Nelson dribbles right side. Picks it up. Gives it to James on the right block. Now to Jason Cecil. Cecil inside. Gives it off, and up and under move, up and in by Nick Brown, the 5'10 junior just into the game. He scores his first 2, and the Bulldogs lead is 5 at 16-11. Martinez out top. Tried to give it back to Bricker on the pick and roll, and Bricker thought Martinez was going to shoot. Was going underneath the hoop to rebound. And a turnover there on the Cowboys. 16-11, Bulldogs lead by 5. Nelson to Helmers, now to Wardick, right side to Cecil. There's Wyatt Wagner getting a quick break right now. Left side, Noah Nelson. He's open for another 3. It's on the way. It's good again. Somebody might want to guard that young man. He's hit 3 in the first half. 19-11, Bulldogs lead by 8. Cody Olson around a screen, throws out top now. Cale Chase into the game for the first time. He gives off to Martinez. Martinez guarded by Nelson. Nelson out there. They throw it inside to State. State bodying up on Wardick. They pass it inside. Harrington has nowhere to go with it, and that's got to be 3 seconds in the lane. It's probably more like 10, but they give him the 3-second call. Once Harrington didn't take that shot, he had been in there way too long. And the officials make the call. Bulldogs get the ball on the turnover. Wardick to Helmers across the timeline. Helmers dribbles right baseline, out top to Cecil. Cecil Underneath, Brown again. Shot blocked away by State, but Brown gets his own rebound. Out to Nelson for three. In and out, no good. Wardick crashing the boards, gets the rebound, puts it up, no good. Rebound tipped back to Brown. Over to Helmers. Helmers to the basket. Layup good. Bulldogs, multiple chances. Timeout, Clarion. Caleb Helmers with his first two. But it was Wardick crashing the boards to start. And the Bulldogs able to take advantage. They now lead 21-11. Timeout on the floor, full timeout. We'll take it with them. Back in 1 minute here on Hometown Radio, KLGA. As we come back, Clarion-Goldfield with the basketball. Bulldogs with their biggest lead of the night at 21-11. As Cody Olson tries to get around Helmers, can't do it. Now goes inside to State. State backs in on Wardick. Can't get the shot away. Gives it off right side. Pull-up jumper, no good. There by Cale Chase. Martinez with the offensive rebound, and he's fouled on the floor. As Mateo Martinez was able to get that rebound over Nelson, and Nelson called for a foul underneath. Second team foul on the Bulldogs. Clarion will throw it in right of the basket. Olson looking for someone, looking. Finally gets it in now to Cale Chase in the corner. Back to Olson. Thought about a step back three, but Helmers was right on it. Back to Chase in the corner. High post to Martinez. 15-foot jumper. In and out, no good. Rebound, Wardick had it. Saved it out of bounds off of Clarion, I believe. Yes, he did. He got it off of Jackson Carpenter. Bulldogs have it back up by 10. Helmers in the backcourt to Wagner. Wagner picks up his dribble now to Noah Nelson. Noah across the timeline. Finds Helmers. Helmers drives into the basket. Shot up. No good, but a foul called. Then he'll get a couple free throws. As the defender late getting over there. And it looked like Cale Chase. Yep. Foul on him. Team foul number 6. But nice aggressive move there by Caleb Helmers to get to the line. First free throws of the night for the Bulldogs. First one up and in. Helmers has 3 points. 3 fresh bodies in for the Bulldogs. Cecil, Mansky, and Berkland back in. Wardick, Brown, and Nelson out. One more free throw coming for Caleb Helmers, 6'2 senior. Free throw on the way is nothing but net. Caleb's got 4. And the Bulldog lead now is 12 at 23-11. It's a 21-2 run for Algona. They got down 9-2 about 4 minutes in. Since that time, 22-2. 5:26 to go here in the first half. Jackson Carpenter walks it up against Berkland. Lobs high post. We got a shove spotted on Helmers there as he gets called for pushing Cody Olson in the back. Team foul number 3 on the Bulldogs. First on Caleb Helmers. They lob it out top as Harrington and Carpenter nearly run into each other. Carpenter had it knocked away and stolen by Elliott Berkland. He tried to go behind his back. Berkland gives it off to Helmers. Layup up and in for 2. Nice transition bucket there by the Bulldogs, but it was Berkland with the steal and the assist. And now a reach-in foul coming on Elliott. Oh, no, they're going to call a block on somebody. Oh, they're going to call a block on Caleb Helmers. I thought they were going to get a reach on Elliott Berkland, but.
4th team foul.
25-11, Bulldogs by 14. Helmers checks out after a couple quick ones there. Team foul number 4 on the Bulldogs. Harrington dribbles in, pulls up from 5 feet, shot no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds by Harrington. Cecil had it. Aiden Harrington poked it away, but out of bounds. Last touch by him. 25-11, Bulldogs in front. 4:55 to go first half. Noah Nelson dribbles left side. Now he's going to hand off to Tyler Mansky. Back to Noah left wing. Had Cecil on the baseline, just missed him for a second. And now a pass to the wing by Mansky is deflected out of bounds into the front row. The Birkeland will get it to Mansky in the backcourt. 4:40 to go first half, Bulldogs by 14. Nelson, left wing. Baseline to Cecil. Back to Nelson. Trying to probe this zone defense. Birkeland with the right side. Gives it over to Mansky. Mansky, left corner to Nelson. They throw a double team at him. Now back to Mansky, top of the key. Over to Birkeland. Birkeland, baseline to Wegner. Wegner tries to get past his defender. Gets a couple of guys in the air. Hangs and hits for 2. That was just athleticism from Wyatt Wegner. And he sets it in for the deuce. He's got 4. The lead is 16 now, 27-11. Carpenter gives it off. Little pick and roll here with State. And State's going to set it up and in for his first 2. Connor State, sophomore, averages about 14 a game. He gets his first bucket there with 4 minutes to go in the first half. Birkeland with the right side, back to Mansky. Mansky out top to Birkeland. High post to Wegner. He's got it right wing now. Wyatt picks up his dribble up to Tyler Mansky. Left side to Noah Nelson. Head fake. Gives it to Cecil on the baseline. Back to Noah. Open for 3. It's on the way. It's no good, too strong. Cecil tips the rebound to Wegner, who dumps it off inside to Elliott Birkeland, who sets it in for 2. Wegner just dumped over the defenders and set it down there for Elliott Birkeland. His first 2 of the night, and the Bulldogs back up by 16 at 29-13. Carpenter, running jumper, no. Rebound tipped out to Nelson. One-on-one the other way with Martinez. Now has Wegner behind him. Wegner gets in close, hangs and hits for 2. Martinez was hustling back, and Nelson able to drop it back to Wegner for the easy lay-in. 31-13 Algona. Carpenter to Martinez. He's got it right side, gets a screen. Thought about the 3, now drives in. 15-foot jump shot is good. Mateo Martinez has 6 to lead Clarion. The lead is 16 for Algona, 31-15. Mansky picks up his dribble, right side to Birkeland. Birkeland back to Tyler. Tyler had it poked away from behind, but right to Noah Nelson. Noah goes baseline to Cecil. Cecil clears a little space, sets it in for 2, and he's fouled from behind. Jason Cecil has 6. He'll have a chance for 7. But good ball movement there by the Bulldogs. Nelson got to the left high post, dumped it to the baseline, and Cecil able to use the body to keep the defender off his back. Drew the contact and still hit. Fouls whistled on Jackson Carpenter, was his second, team 7th, so the Bulldogs in the bonus the rest of the way. Free throw by Cecil is short, rebound by Carpenter for Clarion. 33-15, Martinez running the other way, gives it off to Harrington. Harrington, right corner to Cody Olson, inside State, gets in close, had it knocked away. Are they going to call a reach-in foul? Yes, they are. Oh, wow, they're going to give him free throws on this. Oh, wow. I thought, if anything, that was a reach-in on the floor, but they're going to give Connor State a couple of free throws here. First one on the way is good. State on the season shoots 65% from the free throw line. Wardick back in, along with Brown, as Mansky and Birkeland sit down. Second free throw coming here for Connor State. This one on the way is too strong. So State gets 1 out of 2. He's got 3 points. The lead right now, 17 for Algona, 33-16. 2:20 left first half. Cecil left side to Noah Nelson. Clarion trying to extend that 1-3-1 or 2-3 zone. Cecil dribbles past Martinez, gives it off left side to Noah Nelson. Open for 3, but doesn't give it up, or doesn't take the shot. Bulldogs working around to Wegner. He'll fire up the 3 ball. It's good. Wyatt's got 9, and the lead is 20 now at 36-16. Left side, Olsen can't get the shot away, gives it off to Carpenter. He'll fire up a quick three. It's too strong. Noah Nelson with a great block out. He gets the rebound. He's running the other way. Noah Nelson into the front court. Gives it back to Wegner. Wegner got cut off. They'll reverse it. Right side to Nelson. Nelson, baseline Cecil. Cecil. Double team, looking for some help. Dumps it off inside Wardick. Wardick gets in close, sets it up, left it short. And a rebound foul coming on James. Just short string that one a little bit. As my old coaches would say, hey, use the backboard. That's what it's there for. 36-16. First foul on Wardick. Team foul number 6. So the Bulldogs will put Clarion at the line with their next foul. Minute 33 to go here first half. 36-16. Jackson Carpenter with it left side. Gives it off to Cody Olsen. Olsen dribbles out top. Thought about the three. Goes to Carpenter instead in the right corner. Guarded by Cecil. Gives a head fake, now dribbles out top to Martinez. Martinez, guarded by Nelson. Left side to Cale Chase. Now back to Martinez. He'll fire up a fadeaway three. It's no good. Rebound off the hands of Harrington into the corner, though. Tracking it down is Cody Olsen for Clarion. He's double teamed. He calls timeout. So with a minute 5 to go, 36-16. The Bulldogs by 20. 30-second timeout here for Clarion-Goldfield-Dows. Bulldogs, like I said, trailed 9-2. But since that time, it has been all Algona. Trying to end the half on a strong note here. On the floor for Algona, you got James Wardick, Jason Cecil, Wyatt Wegner, Nick Brown, and Noah Nelson. (36-16). Clarion-Goldfield with the basketball in the front court. They'll inbound right in front of the Algona bench. Jackson Carpenter to throw it in for the Cowboys. They'll lob it into Aiden Harrington out top. Now to Martinez with a minute to go, first half. Looking for a screen. He had a double screen set up there with Chase and Harrington. Now goes down the left side of the paint. Fadeaway 15-footer short. Rebound Wyatt Wegner for the Bulldogs. Wegner runs it into the front court. Picks up his dribble to Noah Nelson. See if the Bulldogs want to hold for the last shot with 40 seconds or if they want to get things going here. But there's a reach and foul. They're not going to have a chance to hold for the last shot because Wyatt Wegner is going to go to the line for the one and bonus as he was fouled by Martinez.
His first 18 foul.
36-16 as Tyler Mansky checks in. Elliot Berkland checks in. 8th team foul on the Cowboys. First on Martinez. Wegner to the line for the 1-and-1. On the season, right at 69% from the line. First one is good, no good, too strong. Tyler Mansky up high for the rebound. Still fighting for it. Gets in close. Now kicks it out to Brown. Over to Wegner. Down to 29 seconds. Over to Berkland. Berkland. High post to Brown. Brown back to Cecil. Bulldogs trying to hold for the last shot here. Over to Berkland into the corner to Mansky. Mansky throws out top to Cecil. Nice job by Jason to go get it. Now to Wegner. Down to 12 seconds. Bulldogs will set it up with 10. Cecil over to Wegner. Wegner into the corner. Mansky open for three. It's on the way. It's good. Tyler Mansky drills the triple. He's got 5. And the Bulldog lead is 23 as we head to the half. 3-quarter court shot nearly went for the Cowboys, but not enough. Algona leads at 39-16 at the break. We're back in 2 minutes. 2-minute timeout back after this on Hometown Radio, KLGA Algona. As we come back at the half right now, Algona leading 39-16 over Clarion-Goldfield-Dows. And right now we'll welcome in girls basketball coach Mike Ford. Coach, tough one tonight. Obviously it's not how the girls wanted to go out on their home floor, but I guess maybe talk about this one tonight. Clarion just kind of pulled away ever so slightly there in that second half.
Well, yeah, and I mean, it started in the second quarter. I was kind of inputting the quarter scores in quick stats there, and we had a nice lead after one. I thought Aaliyah came out and hit a couple threes for us, which was nice. Our defense was pretty good. And then the second quarter, for some reason, it kind of flipped on us a little bit. Our offense got stagnant. You know, and they picked off a couple passes, and they're long, and they anticipate well in that 1-2-2 zone. And we did not do a very good job attacking it, and then pretty soon we're watching, and then our defense suffers a little bit. And they had a really good second quarter, and we just couldn't quite catch back up again. And then our third quarter was slow, too. I mean, it was just frustrating to watch, and I'm sure it was frustrating to play for our girls.
I was going to say, you had 10 points in the first quarter, 11 over the next two quarters, and then got it going there in the fourth, but just too much of a hill to overclimb by that point.
Well, yeah, and I mean, we're not really a pressing team. I mean, we can, but we're athletic enough, we anticipate well enough, we just don't practice it very much. We've got so many good ball handlers in our league, and we had to put the press in there, you know, to try to create some up-tempo, which we did. We scored 20-some points. We got some pace of play that we wanted. But our defense, we gave them, I don't know how many free kind of layups and offensive putbacks and stuff. And so, I mean, we didn't gain any ground, maybe a couple baskets, but that's it. But that's the kind of energy we need, and they definitely took pride. I kind of challenged them a couple times. Is this kind of how you want to go out and challenge seniors, whatever? And they responded in that fourth quarter. We just were too far behind.
Yeah, I was going to say, hit some nice shots there in that fourth, but couldn't quite get it done, and now we got to switch gears. It's time for postseason on Saturday.
Yeah, exactly. We're up at Esterville on Saturday at 5 o'clock. It's new this year. All of them are starting at 5. So that'll be different, but we're going to obviously watch our wrestlers first a little bit and hopefully cheer some of them guys on to state, and then we'll try to go up there and play a good Esterville team, 13-6 or 14-6 now, something like that. And we know we can play with them. We know we can beat them. We can also lose, so it's just a matter of how well do we play that night and what kind of energy are we bringing, because it seems like for us, it's our energy level. You know, how intense are we, how focused are we? When we're on, we're really good, and when we're not, we're pretty poor, so we'll see how it goes.
Well, it's got to seem like an eternity since you played them, you know, right before, you know, right about Thanksgiving time, yeah. So first game of the season, so it's been a long time, and I'm sure both teams probably look a little different than they did back early in the season.
Oh, I'm sure. You know, we've got a couple films on them, obviously our game as well, so we'll take a look at that, and we're going to watch some film Wednesday, let the kids rest. We were counting it up. We've had 5 days of practice in 3 weeks and like 9 or 10 games. I mean, it's just, the schedule is what it is and weather and all that, but we just didn't have any time to prepare. We played Friday, Monday, and Tuesday. We had no prep time. For Clarion, for example, who plays totally different than Pocahontas, totally different than Hampton. So, I mean, there's some of that kind of reasoning or excuses, but bottom line is we're going to have 3 days for Esterville, and we'll see what we can do. Put our best foot forward. All
right, Coach, and as you said, remember, that's a 5 o'clock tip-off, so
right.
Don't go there thinking it starts at 7. You're going to miss the game.
Right.
So.
Well, let's cheer on the boys either up in Esterville at 12:30, I think, or 1 o'clock.
Something like that. Because they got to kick everybody out of the gym.
Yeah.
Because it's a tournament game, so
right.
That'll be, like I said, the boys play around noon, and then you guys at 5 o'clock. I guess I don't know why they moved all the Saturday games to 5 other than just get everybody home quicker.
Well, I think there's some travel for some of those teams. That's kind of how you match them up. And then, like you just said, a couple more hours of daylight and more time to get home. So we'll cheer on the wrestlers, we'll cheer on the boys team, and pick your poison to which one, and then come on up to Esterville at 5 o'clock.
All right, Coach. Mark should be back by then, and he'll have that one for you on Saturday. Good luck, Coach.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks, Brian.
Our head coach Mike Ford of the Algona girls basketball team joining us here at the half. Algona boys leading 39-16 at the break. Back in 2 minutes for the second half after this on Hometown Radio, KLGA. We come back at the half. Algona leading 39-16. It was a big second quarter there for the Bulldogs as they outscored the Cowboys 25-5 in that second 8 minutes to build this lead to what it is here at 23 points, 39-16 at the break. And Algona doing it with a balanced attack thus far. There's a lot of guys on the score column already. You got Wyatt Wagner nearly in double figures. He's got 9 here in the first half. Noah Nelson's got 3 threes. He's got 9 as well. 6 for Caleb Helmer, 6 for Jason Cecil. Tyler Mansey's got 5. Elliot Berkland and Nick Brown both have buckets as well. They've got 2 points apiece. So the Bulldogs getting it done with a wide variety of players there. Mateo Martinez with 6 to lead the way for the Cowboys. Cody Olson's got 5. Connor State with 3 for Clarion. And Nevin Foss with a bucket as well. And like I said, Clarion got out to a 9-2 lead. So a 9-2 advantage. You do the math on that since that time. That's 32-7 since that time in favor of the Bulldogs. And they lead it right now 39-16 here at the break. With second half action coming your way next. Bulldog will be back here Friday night for more Bulldog action. The Bulldogs take on Webster City. That's a boys only game Friday night. The Bulldog girls in tournament play on Saturday. 1A regionals for girls begin on Thursday, but Bishop Garrigan an opening round bye. They won't be in action until next week. As the 4th-ranked Golden Bear girls, Class 1A, 20-1. Congratulations to Coach Schwab and company as they share the top of Iowa Conference West title with West Hancock after beating the Eagles last week and then beating North Iowa handily last night. So the Bulldogs back on the floor. They'll be attacking from left to right across your radio dial here in this second half. And back to their original starters. As we are underway. Noah Nelson gets it into Wyatt Wagner. Wagner drives to the basket, gets in close and scores for 2. Wyatt just with a bull rush right there. Sets it up and in off the glass. The Bulldogs lead is 41-16. Matches their biggest right now at 25. As Harrington got in close, couldn't do anything with it. State gives it off to Harrington again. Pull-up jumper is no good, too strong. Rebound foul coming on Clarion. They're going to call Mateo Martinez a push-off on the rebound attempt.
Mateo Martinez, his second first team foul.
As the Bulldogs have it back after the first possession there for Clarion. Inbounds pass comes into Helmers. They'll hand it off to Wagner. Now cross-court feed to Cecil. Bulldogs will spread the floor, give them a little room to operate, and Cecil will walk it across the timeline. 40 seconds into this third quarter, Bulldogs up 41-16. Wagner, left side, they give it to him, swings around the defense, can't get the shot to go. Rebound tapped around and controlled by Harrington for Clarion. Ahead to Martinez. Martinez into the front court, down the left side. Now picks up his dribble, inside to Connor State. Shot up, no good. Rebound tipped around to Harrington. State missed in close as Wardick got a piece of that shot. Now Olsen drives in and a blocking foul coming on Wardick. Looks like Olsen will go to the line for a pair.
Personal foul called on James Wartick.
Just a minute gone by. Second foul on Wardick, first on the team here in this half. Cody Olsen to the line for a pair. Second leading scorer for the Cowboys. Had 5 in that first quarter, and that's his first point since. Averages 11.5. Shoots 65% from the free throw line. And he hits both there. So Olsen now with 7. 41-18. Bulldogs in front. Cecil in the backcourt to Wagner. Wagner over to Helmers. Bulldogs got to get it across the timeline. They do. Nelson over to Cecil. Cecil dribbles in left baseline. Reverse layup up. No good. Rebound controlled by State for Clarion. Jason's mad at himself. He knows he probably should have had that one. Olsen dribbles left side, gives it off to Martinez. Martinez out top now to Jackson Carpenter for Clarion. Clarion with it right wing. Carpenter gets a screen. Out top to Martinez. Bulldogs lead 41-18 with 6:20 to go here in the third. Harrington, sophomore, goes right side to fellow sophomore Cody Olsen. Works in on Helmers. Now dumps it off to State. State spins in, turns, shoots, can't hit, but he's fouled. And he'll go to the line for 2. That's 2 quick fouls on James Wardick this half.
James Wardick.
And James was perfectly fine until the last second. He brought his arms down. It's called for a little contact there. If he keeps his arms straight up, he's just fine as State hits the first free throw. Nick Brown in, Wardick out for the Bulldogs. One more free throw coming here for Connor State. This one's on the way. It's short. Rebound by Wagner for the Bulldogs. 41-19, Algona in front. Wagner dribbles out top. Drives in, dumps it off baseline. It's knocked away, still loose on the floor and stolen by Clarion. Carpenter comes out of there with the steal. Hands off to Harrington, to the basket. Layup, no, he missed it. Rebound tipped into the hands of Carpenter. Out top to Olsen. Olsen spins in the paint, throws up a wild shot, but he got it to go. Cody Olsen with the bucket, and now it's 41-21. Little 6-0 spurt here by the Cowboys. Cecil. Right side to Helmers. Helmers picks up his dribble, needs help. Back out top to Cecil, out near midcourt. 5:25 to go third quarter. Algona leading 41-21. Noah Nelson, left corner to Helmers. Helmers picks it out top to Cecil. It's Clarion extending that 2-3 zone out near midcourt. Wagner gets it right high post. Cross court to Noah Nelson. Fires up a 3. It's on the way. It's no good. Rebound by Clarion. Aiden Harrington grabs it. 41-21. Cowboys have outscored the Bulldogs here. 5-2 to start this third quarter. Olsen with a runner in the lane, no good. Rebound foul coming on State. He climbed over the back of Wyatt Wagner.
Personal foul called on Connor State.
Tyler Mansky in. Helmer's going to check out for the Bulldogs.
Second team foul.
4:46 to go here in the third. Bulldogs lead at 41-21. Cecil goes left side, Noah Nelson. Nelson baseline to Wagner. Wagner drives in, gets underneath the basket, muscles up, can't get the shot to go. Rebound inside Brown. He's fouled on the way up. And Nick Brown will go to the line for 2.
Personal foul called on Connor State.
Second foul on State, his third.
Third team foul.
Team's third in the half. Free throw by Brown, rattles in. Got the hometown bounce right there. Nick Brown with 3. As Nevin Foss, the 6-foot freshman, checks back in as Connor State sits down. Brown's second free throw is good as well. So Brown hits the pair, and the Bulldogs lead is back to 22 at 43-21. Out top, Jackson Carpenter goes right baseline to Aiden Harrington. Harrington gets in close, had it knocked away, gives it back to Carpenter in the corner. Carpenter drives in, dumps it off, ball knocked around and controlled by the Bulldogs as Noah Nelson comes out of there with the steal. Noah Nelson running the other way. Drives in, dumps it off to Tyler Mansky. Mansky to the basket, sets it in for 2. Tyler Mansky's got 7 off the bench. Bulldogs back up 24, 45-21. Martinez fires up a deep 2, it's no good. Rebound foul coming on Clarion. They climbed over Wyatt Wagner. Devin Foss up over the top. Not a lot of guys going to out-jump Wyatt Wagner.
Fourth team foul.
Wyatt strong with that rebound. Got fouled over the back. 45-21 Bulldogs in front. Mansky to Cecil. To Nelson. Now to Mansky across the timeline. Tyler dribbles in, spins in the paint, hangs, and hits for 2. Tyler Mansky. He's got 9 off the bench. He can do more than throw a football, folks. Out top, Olsen drives in, dumps it off to Harrington. Harrington shot off glass, no good. Rebound, Cecil clears it for the Bulldogs. 47-21, Bulldogs' biggest lead is 26. Nelson left side. Goes high post to Wagner. Wagner drives in, and he's fouled about 4 times. They call the first one, though, on the floor. He got held, and then he kept going, and then he threw a shot up, and he got hacked there, too. But they called the first foul on Nevin Foss. His third, team foul number 5 already on Clarion here in this half. We've played 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes. Wagner lobs it into Elliott Berkland for the first time this half. Back to Wyatt. Wyatt dribbles baseline, gets in close, hangs and can't hit, gets his own rebound, dribbles it off somebody's foot. Now he got down on the floor, he picked up the ball, and he stood up. He gets called for the walk. If he'd have passed it, he'd have been okay when he was down on his knee, but he got back up and he gets called for the walk. Coach McLaughlin asking if his knee was all the way down or not. Jackson Carpenter dribbles left baseline, shot rejected by Jason Cecil. Into the wall, he spiked that like a volleyball. 47-21, Bulldogs by 26. 2:56 to go here in the third. Nick Brown out, James Wardick back in. Carpenter grabs the inbounds pass, gives it off to Mateo Martinez. Now back to Cody Olson. He drives into the paint, and he's going to be called for a travel. A little out of control there. He tried a jump stop, and then he lost his footing as he tried to go up for the shot. 47-21. Nice. Bulldogs get the ball across the timeline. Wardick left corner to Wagner. He's wide open. Thought about the three, but doesn't take it. Gives it back to Elliott Berkland. High post to Wardick. Right side Mansky. Baseline Cecil. Little 10-foot pop-up jumper is good. Jason Cecil's got 8. Bulldogs with their biggest lead of the game now at 28. 49-21. Martinez dribbles left baseline. Fadeaway 15-footer. No good, too strong. Rebound tipped into the hands of Tyler Mansky. He's got a man ahead of the pack. It's Elliott Berkland. Berkland takes it in. Left-hand layup missed. Rebound tipped around, and it's controlled by Clarion. Elliott just wasn't comfortable on that right side and ended up missing the layup with his left hand. Out top, Olsen gets a screen from Cale Chase. Tried to give it back to him on the pick and roll. Ball loose on the floor, and we're going to have a held ball. It'll be Clarion basketball. Minute 57 to go here in the third quarter. Bulldogs lead it 49-21. Martinez checks out, and we've actually got a couple of Bulldogs checking out as well. Mansky and Berkland out. Helmer's back in along with Noah Nelson. Olsen dribbles down the right side of the paint, gives it off to Cale Chase. Back to Cody Olsen. Spins in the paint, hangs, and had it ripped away by Wardick, but he's fouled as well. And if it's on James, it's his fourth. Yep, they're going to call James Wardick for his fourth foul. Third this quarter. Nick Brown quickly back up off the bench. Wasn't much of a breather for him. Free throw is up and in by Cody Olsen. He's got 10 to lead everybody for Clarion. Wardick sits down. Nick Brown back in. 49-22. Second free throw is on the way. That one in and out, no good. Brown grabs the rebound for the Bulldogs. Cecil running the other way. Jason backs the dribble out and had it knocked away and stolen. Divine Morales comes away with it. Gives it off to Nevin Foss. Shot blocked, but a foul called, and 2 free throws coming here.
Personal foul.
Pair of free throws coming for Nevin Foss as Caleb Helmer is guilty of the foul. His third, team's fourth. Foss to the line for 2. First one no good. Bulldogs up 27, minute 38 to go here in the third. Second free throw on the way. That one is up and good. So Nevin Foss has 3. 1 out of 2 from the line. The lead is 26 for Algona, 49-23. Wagner picks up his dribble on the backcourt, gives it off to Caleb Helmers. Helmers goes high post to Noah Nelson. Nelson dumps it off inside. Cecil, shot no, fouled yes. He'll go to the line for 2. Could have been a 3-point play there, but Cecil just couldn't quite finish it through the contact. He'll go to the line for a pair.
His third, 16th foul.
Cecil to the line for 2. First one in and out, no good. He'll get one more. Cecil on the season just 53% from the free throw line. Second one on the way is good. So Jason gets 1 out of 2. He's got 9. And the lead is 27 at 50-23 in favor of Algona. Minute 19 to go here in the third. Out top, Devin Morales gives it off to Nevin Foss. Morales drives in, lost a handle on it, kicks it out to Jackson Carpenter. Carpenter gives it back to Cale Chase, now to Cody Olson. A hop, a skip, a scoop layup, no, but a little touch foul called on the Bulldogs, and Cody Olson's going to go back to the line for 2. We're going to call Nick Brown on that foul.
Personal foul called on Nick Brown.
Brown's first, team's 5th.
15 foul.
Olson to the line for 2. The first one is good. Number 33, Gavin Wilson, a 6'2 junior, into the game for the first time for Clarion. 50-24, Bulldogs by 26. Second free throw is short, but rolls in. Rolled around and went back in, and the lead at 25, 50-25 in favor of Algona. Cecil has it across the timeline. High post to Nick Brown, right side to Wegner. Out top to Cecil. Cecil got bodied up. That's going to be a foul on Devin Morales. And that's team foul number 7, so Cecil back to the line, this time a 1-and-1.
Personal foul called on Devin Morales. His first 17 foul.
Cecil to the line for the 1 and bonus. The free throw is on the way. It's good. He'll get it. 10 now for Cecil. Chance to make it 11. 51-25. Second free throw on the way. That one is in and out, back in. Rattled around, came back down through. 52-25. Cecil's got 11. Bulldogs by 27. Cody Olson around Nelson, drives in, shot rejected by Cecil. Bulldogs have numbers the other way. Noah Nelson drives into the basket, scoop shot, no, but a foul call. They'll go to the line for 2. Cecil just smacked that one right off the backboard and started the break the other way. 52-25.
Devin Morales.
Second foul on Devin Morales, 8th on the team. As Nelson to the line for 2, he hits the first. Noah's first point of the second half. He's got an even 10, 53-25. His second free throw is on the way. That one in and out, no good. Rebound controlled by Nevin Foss for Clarion. Bulldogs by 28 with 29 seconds to go here in the third. Foss, left corner. Drives into the basket, scoop layup, up and in for 2. Nevin Foss. The 6-foot freshman's got 5. 53-27. Bulldogs by 26. Down to 10 seconds here in this third quarter. Nelson out top, Cecil. Cecil back to Nelson. Dribbles in, now dumps it right side to Wegner. Open for 3 at the buzzer. It's good. So the Bulldogs lead is 29 as we head to the fourth quarter. 56-27. We're back in a minute on Hometown Radio, KLGA.
Clarion-Goldfield.
We head to the fourth quarter. Algona in front, 56-27. See if the Bulldogs can get off to a little spurt here and get this up to 35 points and get out of here a little quicker tonight. Noah Nelson inbounds to Wyatt Wagner. Wyatt dribbles into the paint, scoops to the basket, can't get the shot to fall though. As Wagner hit that 3 right at the buzzer. To put the Bulldogs up 29. Now Elliott Berkman with a steal. Into the front court to Noah Nelson. Noah gives it off to Tyler Mansky. Tyler spins in the paint, hangs and hits for 2. 58-27. Bulldogs need 4 more points in a row and they can get up to 35-point advantage. Carpenter, guarded by Berkland. Dribbles out top to Martinez. Mateo Martinez. Around a defender, now goes left wing. Guarded by Mansky, inside Connor Chase. Had it stripped, and they're going to call held ball. It'll stay with Clarion. As he tried to spin into a double team, and he spun right into Jason Cecil. Cecil gets the held ball call. So 58-27, Bulldogs by 31. And they get it into Cody Olson, guarded by Nelson. Gets a screen out top. Olson down the right side of the paint. Gets in close and scores for two. Bulldogs tried to block that one, couldn't get it. 58-29. Elliott Berkland throws out top to Tyler Mansky. Dangerous pass there. Mansky gets to it. High post to Wegner. Wegner dumps it inside Cecil. Cecil sets it up, but left it short. No one else gets the offensive rebound, though, and he'll put it up and in for two. 60-29. Here comes Harrington the other way. Gets it inside to Chase. Off his hands, out of bounds as Wegner got a hand on it, and that deflected it right off of Connor Chase. Out of bounds. Turnover on Clarion. 60-29 with 6.5 to go in the ball game. Wegner in the backcourt to Cecil. Across the timeline to Mansky. Mansky goes through contact down to Elliott Berkland. Left corner three, no good. Rebound Cecil. Over to Wyatt Wegner. Thought about the step back three. Now goes out top to Berkland. Right corner to Mansky. Mansky drives in. Fadeaway 10-footer. Too short. Rebound controlled by Clarion. Aiden Harrington across the timeline for the Cowboys. Hands it back down to Cody Olson. Olson drives into the paint. Running 10-footer is good off glass. Cody Olson's got 16 to lead Clarion. 60-31. Mansky out to Berkland. Top of the key to Wegner. Thought about the three. Now dribbles in. Kicks it back out top to Noah Nelson. He's open for three. It's on the way and it's good. Fourth three of the night for Noah Nelson. He's got 15. 63-31. Martinez to the basket. Reverse layup. No. And an over the back foul coming on Clarion. And Noah Nelson's going to walk to the other end and shoot the 1-and-1. Team foul number 9 on the Cowboys. First foul on Olson and the team's 9th. The Bulldogs will be in the double bonus after this shot attempt on any more fouls. But Nelson will have to earn the 1 in bonus here. 63-31. Nelson's got 15 tonight. He's hit 4 threes. Free throw on the way is good. He'll get the bonus. 64-31. Chance to make it a 34-point advantage. That one is short. Rebound controlled by Clarion. 64-31. Bulldogs by 33. Cody Olson has it out top. Gives it off to Jackson Carpenter. Inside, they get it inside to Connor Chase, and he'll set it up and in for two. Connor State, I should say. State sets it up and in for two. It's a 31-point advantage. Brown to Berkland, right wing. Back to Brown inside. Brown out top to Helmers. Left side, Noah Nelson. Lines up another three. It's on the way. It's good again. 67-33, a 34-point advantage once again for the Bulldogs. Just need one more bucket to get the continuous clock. Carpenter, left side to Harrington. Aiden Harrington drives in to the basket. Scoop layup, no. Rebound, Helmers for the Bulldogs. That one rolled out, and now Helmers throws it away. Caleb got up in the air, had nowhere to go with it, and he chucked it to the cheerleaders. Went past them and out the door. 4:48 left to go in the ball game. It's not bad if you do that with a 36-point lead. Clock keeps running. Left side, Aiden Harrington gives it off to Alexander, or excuse me, Jackson Carpenter. Cross-court feed now to Mateo Martinez. Martinez dribbles in all the way to the basket. Scoop layup, up and in for two. 67-35. Bulldogs by 32. Helmers into the front court. Drives in left side to Mansky. Mansky dumps it left baseline to Nick Brown. Brown, left side to Noah Nelson. Into the corner, Helmers. Baseline, Nick Brown. Gets in close, now out to Nelson. A three for the running clock, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds by Clarion. Noah Nelson with 19 right now for the Bulldogs, and Grant Gaucher into the game. Noah Nelson checks out, 67-35. Inside Mansky, little pull-up 10-footer, no good short. Rebound tipped out of bounds by Clarion again as they ripped it away from Helmers. So Garrett Gaucher will throw it in for the Bulldogs. Gaucher looking inside, gets it to Brown, turns, shoots, can't connect. Rebound Harrington for Clarion, ahead to Martinez. Martinez drives into the basket, scoop shot no, rebound controlled by Brown for the Bulldogs. Tyler Mansky in the front court, cross-court feed, picked off, didn't see the defender there. Down the left side of the paint, Cody Olson, who got away with a walk, gives it off to Martinez. Back to Olson out top, 67-35. Olson guarded by Gaucher, dribbles left baseline, throws out top. Landon Olson in the game, now to Martinez, deep three is good. Mateo Martinez, he's got 11, 67-38. Elliott Berkland, right corner. Out top to Gaucher, left side to Helmers, left corner now. Brown drives into the basket, layup good. Nick Brown's got 6 off the bench. 69-38, Bulldogs by 31. Couple more subs waiting to come in. Aiden Harrington lobs up a 3 for Clarion, no good. Mansky with the rebound. 2:49 left, and the Bulldogs empty the bench. Helmers across the timeline with it. Left side to Mansky. Mansky dribbles in, tried to dump it off inside. It was knocked away and stolen. Landon Olson with the steal, and Clarion emptying their bench as well. Cody Olson drives in, scoop layup up and in for 2, and we got timeout for subs. Olson's going to finish his night with 17. 18 actually, looks like he got 18. It's timeout for subs. The Bulldogs have fresh bodies in there. Aaron Weringa into the game along with Caleb Heidelberg. Jack Benkin in there along with Mansky and Gaucher. Mansky's got it on the baseline, picks up his dribble. Out top to Gaucher. Weringa now to Heidelberg. They swing it around to Gaucher on the left wing. Cross-court feed, tipped away, and Clarion steals it, and the Bulldogs knock it out of bounds. Couple more guys getting set to come in. 2 minutes left, 69-40. It's been over for a while now. Just whatever the final margin is that's yet to be determined. Cody Olson, or excuse me, Landon Olson with it out top. Gives off to Devin Morales. Now to Nevin Foss. Down the left side of the paint, guarded by Heidelberg. Gives it out to Morales. Morales drives in. Dumps it off inside to Bricker. Bricker had it ripped away by Mansky. Caden Bricker gives up the steal. Bulldogs running the other way. Gaucher inside Benkin. Benkin left corner Heidelberg. Oh, throw it up, young man. Get that shot away. Heidelberg out top. Fires up the 3 ball. It's short. Rebound controlled by Clarion. At the other end, Devin Morales. Shot rejected out of bounds by Gaucher. There comes Kyle Simpson. Excuse me, Jackson Cecil. They got 2 2s listed on the roster. Jackson Cecil in, along with Trayvon Smith. Down to a minute to go in this ball game, and everybody's been in for the Bulldogs. They try to lob it into Bricker. It's knocked away out of bounds. Last touch by the Bulldogs. Colin Blank not playing tonight. Hopefully get him back here soon, but he's the only one that hasn't played. Everybody else wearing the jerseys getting some time tonight. Devin Morales, right corner for 3. It's on the way, and it's no good. At the other side of the basket, ahead, Trayvon Smith gets in close, hangs, and hits. And the student section loves it. Trayvon with a hoop, 71-40. Bulldogs by 31. Down to 39 seconds. Devin Morales has it left side. Gives it out top. Alex Carrillo into the game for the Cowboys. Morales dribbles in, gets cut off, throws it cross court. As Alex Carrillo thought about the shot, didn't take it. Down to 20 seconds left in this game. Carrillo guarded by Jackson Cecil. Now out to Tyson Burning, back to Carrillo. Morales. Somebody's got to shoot here. Down to 6 seconds, down to 5. See if Morales throws one up. No. Now Burning will throw one up at the buzzer. In and out, no good. And the Bulldogs win it, 71-40 tonight. 2-minute timeout, 2-minute break. Back to wrap things up after this on Hometown Radio, KLGA.
Plays again here at home versus Webster City on Friday evening. They then play at Esterville Lincoln Central Saturday afternoon, and the girls will play their first round of regionals at Esterville on Saturday evening at 5 o'clock. Everyone have a safe trip home.
As we come back, final score tonight, Algona wins it over Clarion-Goldfield-Dows 71-40 as the Bulldogs really pulled away. After that first quarter, got down 9-2, but after that, all Algona tonight. They led 14-11 after one, stretched it to 39-16 at halftime, and then 56-27 going into that fourth quarter, and they win it by a final score of 71-40. Balanced scoring tonight, 19 points for Noah Nelson to lead the way for the Bulldogs. That led 4 players in double figures. Wyatt Wegner had 14, 11 each for Jason Cecil, and Tyler Mansky off the bench had 11 tonight. Also, you got 6 points for Caleb Helmer, 6 points for Nick Brown off the bench. Elliot Berkland had a bucket. Trayvon Smith with a bucket as well. As the Bulldogs get the win there, 71-40. As Cody Olson led the way for Clarion at 18. Him and Martinez in double figures. Martinez with 11. The leading scorers tonight for Clarion-Goldfield-Dows. But the Bulldogs get their 15th win of the season, now 15-3. They are 10-2 in the North Central Conference, and they will be at home Friday night against Webster City. And it's a game you'll hear right here on Hometown Radio, KLGA. Got to thank all of our sponsors. Big thanks to Mike Vandy back in the KLGA studios, helping us get on the air tonight as our next broadcast coming your way Friday night right here on Hometown Radio as the Bulldogs take on Webster City. Boys only game, so a little bit later on. It'll be on after 7 o'clock coming up on Friday night. The girls fall this evening by a count of 51-42. Boys win, though, 71-40. And the girls back in action on Saturday as they begin opening round play in Class 3A regional action. As I said, got to thank all of our sponsors. Big thanks to Mike back in the studio. Thanks to you, the fan out in Radio Land, for tuning in. As we'll have more coverage coming your way later this week right here on Hometown Radio, as this has been a sports presentation of Hometown Radio, KLGA 92.7 FM.